Hello, my name's Marty Windle and welcome to the SBL Guru podcast. This is another episode in our series Strategy in Real Life, where we take an element from the ACCA SBL syllabus and we try to apply it to real life organizations. So today what we're going to look at is the 7 Ps, which is the marketing mix, basic 4 Ps, product, place, price and promotion. But then we've got the 3 additional Ps which apply particularly to a service-based organization. So 7 Ps. What we're going to do is take those 7 Ps and apply it to a particular company. In this case, we're going to look at a meal kit industry. I'm going to look at one of the most successful companies in that industry, and the name of the company is HelloFresh. Now, HelloFresh entered the meal kit market in 2011. It's a major challenge convincing people to change their approach to making dinner. Previously, grocery shopping was the norm and takeout was always the fallback position for people who couldn't be bothered to cook. To carve out a space in a crowded food landscape, they leaned heavily on a clever blend of marketing tactics, fine-tuning their product, price, place and promotion, but also adding those extra 3 Ps into their marketing mix to win over customers. So let's start with the first P. The first P is product. Now, what you get when you buy a meal kit is not just a set of ingredients. The whole philosophy of HelloFresh is to make home cooking easy. So what they did was, instead of just selling food, they offered a solution: pre-proportioned ingredients and a step-by-step recipe card. Now, the big benefit to this for a lot of people, it eliminated decision fatigue, it eliminated food waste, but also gave customers the satisfaction that they'd actually prepared a meal by themselves, and it increased their self-esteem. Now, one way in which HelloFresh was able to build their market share was they didn't just offer standard dishes like spaghetti bolognese. They expanded their product range to produce a wide variety of potential recipes: vegetarian, calorie smart, quick cook options. This allowed them to target the widest possible audience, whether that be busy parents, health-conscious millennials, or even novice cooks who are cooking for the first time and wanted to build their confidence. So the key thing, get the product range, which is going to target the widest possible range of customers. Now, one key element of the market strategy is pricing. And the key marketing mix philosophy for HelloFresh was value-based pricing. They often framed their price as cheaper than eating out and highlighted the savings in time and reduced food waste. There were also major pricing promotions that took place, such as get your first box for $1, 50% off your first month. It played a key role in reducing the psychological barrier that people have to starting a trial. Hesitant customers could now easily test the product for a relatively low price, and once hooked, they stayed with the company in the future because of the convenience. HelloFresh also offered tiered pricing, offering a basic, a family, and a gourmet meal plan to cater for different income levels. So what they were able to do is broaden their market by ensuring there was an option for everyone, the cost-conscious students to the affluent urban couples. Now, the next element is place. This is all about how you distribute your products into the market. So they went for something different, HelloFresh. Unlike traditional food businesses, they didn't have any storefront. They delivered directly to the consumer's doorsteps, redefining place in their marketing mix. So this resonated with urban dwellers who wanted fresh food, but they couldn't be bothered to go to the supermarket and have the hassle of carrying groceries home. So the main message there is make sure you distribute in a way which is most convenient for your customers. Find out a way of getting to the customers and don't always use the traditional distribution channels. The other element they incorporated into their place or distribution strategy was to use technology. They optimized distribution using cold chain logistics, ensuring ingredients stayed fresh even during long distance deliveries. And that was a crucial point of differentiation from their competitors. Now, the big element in their success was also their promotion strategy. And this was a masterclass in multi-channel marketing. They offered a number of different promotional strategies to win over the customers. The first thing they looked at was influencer marketing. They used YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok influencers. The lifestyle vloggers would film themselves unboxing the HelloFresh kit and cooking it with their family, presenting the brand as a natural part of everyday life. They also tried something different. As many people in their target market listen to podcasts, they tried to use podcast as a main source of sponsorship and to get their product and brand name out there in the market. They persuaded the host of the podcast to tell personal stories about cooking HelloFresh meals, and this came across as authentic and persuasive. By partnering with streaming platforms, they also were able to target the young, digital-first audience where they spent their time. Another key element of their marketing strategy was referral programs. Give a free box, get a free box. That was part of their referral campaign, and it was one of their most effective viral tactics. Customers were incentivized to recruit friends and family, turning their user base into a volunteer sales force. They also encouraged customers to share their meals on social media campaigns with the hashtag HelloFreshPics, which also improved their brand awareness and also created more viral marketing for them to get their brand out there in the market. It's important that they recognize that not everybody is on the internet and not everybody is tech savvy. So in the USA, they also supported their digital strategy with a TV and direct mail campaign, especially for the less digitally savvy audience. They used billboards in certain urban areas in the US, showcasing mouth-watering dishes with the slogan, "Dinner is solved." Now, it's important not to forget that in a service organization, you've always got the 3 extra Ps. So we look at people, process, and physical evidence. Now, in a service-based business, the customer service teams are very important for you when you're building your brand. They were trained to respond quickly to issues like missing ingredients, late deliveries, and this helped to prevent churn in the future. Local teams adapted recipes sourcing from each region, and this created a sense of community and connection with the customers. And they also brought in recipe developers and chefs who were featured in newsletters and blogs to give credibility to their products. So it's all about bringing the right people, whether that be the chefs, whether that be the customer service team, to give the best service to your customers. Process is the processes and systems used to deliver the service. What they try to do is keep it as simple as possible. A simple online ordering platform allow customers to pick meals weeks in advance. Their automated logistics system ensured the right boxes reach the right homes, often with precise delivery windows. And the processes provide customers with flexibility to skip, pause, or cancel. It made the process more customer friendly, reducing the fear that customers were getting locked in to a system which might take weeks and weeks to cancel. Now, even the cooking process itself was engineered. Color-coded packaging, step-by-step recipe cards, portioned ingredients make it impossible for the customer to get the meal wrong. This turned cooking into a stress-free ritual, a key factor in customer retention. The last of the 3 extra Ps is physical evidence, and here we look at branding that you could touch, see, and share. The bright green boxes were instantly recognizable, acting as a moving billboard when stacked on porches. Inside, the packaging was clean, sustainable, and labeled, signaling freshness and care. Even the recipe cards were important. People would keep them and use them as part of their future recipe folders. They also encouraged customers to share the unboxing experience where they opened their meal for the first time. So again, using the customer's social media to build their brand. So the use of the 4 Ps plus 3 extra Ps really helped to build their brand to become one of the most popular brands in the market. They blended influencer marketing, trying to create referral virality, and clever partnerships, which many other startups only dream of. This led them to becoming the default name in the entire industry. So there you have 7 Ps. Now, when you're in the exam, the important thing is you must adapt your answer to the case, learn the 7 Ps knowledge, but in the exam, what they're looking for is example and explain. So what you're going to do is to take that knowledge and link it directly to the case in the examination. It's all about application. So learn the knowledge, but in the exam, apply it to the case. And that's how you're going to pass SBL with point, example, and explain. If you want more information about my courses, please go to www.sblguru.com. I'll put a link in the description of this podcast. And I want to wish you the best of luck in your exam.